Hey, this is Kurt the Boat Doctor. Now the guy that owns this boat is as sharp as a tack. He bought this, it's a Parker 2520, beautiful boat. Look at all that deck room you get. Got the Garmin, good job. I think that's one of them infrared lights. And then you got your two side lights. So that light, I think you can run, they can't see you, but you can see out, and the other ones are lights that they can see you with. But he had some issues when he bought this boat. He was a little upset with the people, I guess. Hey, I see the witch is back. It's like one of them Christmas things that sit on your shelf. Elf in the shelf. Now I see it found its place up in the anchor nest. Huh. I hope that's a good sign. Anyway, he had an issue with porpoising, which, you know, they light like your Defiances, and some of these Parkers will do that. Because you got this, the way the offshore bracket's up like this, if they're extended down, that helps pop that bow down. But anyway, it's a beautiful boat. But what we did, they had 19 pitch props on here for one thing. Like if he got 5,000 RPM, and that was one of his complaints. So we put 14, reduced the diameter down to 14 by 15 pitch. Made a big difference. Now he can actually, and then got rid of this kicker. Now this kicker bracket's done the right way. Look at that. This other one, oh, you would have had to see it. And so we got this thing to perform pretty damn good out in the water. It held it on plane at a lower speed. It was quicker. It was, you had to almost make it porpoise. But now he's got these new Seakeepers. Now these are the first ones I ran and Tom's installed. So I'm sure it's a trial and error thing, but in theory, they're pretty damn heavy. This plate right here, that's glued on with like a pretty strong adhesive, like a 5200 or above, because these little motors are pretty damn heavy. They're computerized, and they go up and down. They go up and down 100 times per second. So in theory, that scoops the water, you know, up. So it should, in theory, if someone went to the other side, two guys did, all of a sudden, it should be so fast, the sucker should just stable it without you even really feeling it. Where some of them have a 4-second delay. Same thing on a turn. If these, once I calibrate them and figure them out on the settings, up there I'll go through that display and see what's the best, because they'll help get that bow down quicker too, like out of the whole shot. In theory, then once you get up, they should move up. And then if you make a tight turn, in theory, they should drop and figure the pitch and the roll, and it should be almost instant when you make a turn to keep that boat level instead of rolling over on you. So coming back in off the ocean, if those work the way I think they're going to work, that would be a bonus, because it could keep your boat so level, and that's what I'm hoping for. So in other words, that's the motor. This could probably go into a processing box that goes into a software box, and then you have to have a junction box, I'm thinking, for the NEMA 2000 that goes in, and it's called a software box or a processor, which then goes into your MFD or your display. So then you can control it on your main, like a Simrad, Ray, Furuno, your main ones. These Seakeeper should work on, and Garmin, Lowrance. So it should go up on there, so you have control on that. So if that's the case, which was one of my biggest complaints, but with auto trim tabs, you really don't need the switch in back. But if you didn't, then your switches for the trim tabs are always up front. So you get to the back, and then your boat leans, you got to run to the front. But now with these autos, you shouldn't have to do that. And if you did, it should go to that back display where you can just tap it. Like say, sometimes you may have to adjust a little bit because of our current and the tide and the wind. Can even on the auto, you may do a fine tuning. This is what I'll get into when I'm out there, that you can get for the pitch. Just change it a couple of degrees, maybe to a roll, same thing, and then you can just keep it there, and you can go manually too, or go to auto. But we'll see if it's like I think, and then I'll give you my review when I get done, what I really think of them. And you know me, I tell it like it is. But if these work like I think they will, he is going to be so happy with this boat now, for all the headaches he got when he first bought it. He didn't buy it from us, he bought it from somebody else, and he brought it to us to fix all the issues. But if it works the way I do, he is going to be one happy camper. I mean, he went DEC, and he's a fabricator. I mean, this guy's sharp. If you need something fabricated that you can't buy anywhere, this guy can do it. The guy that owns this boat, he did the spacer on that rear deck helm, I believe, or it was the front one. I think it was the rear one. So he could get his Helmmaster, which I already calibrated that, DEC controls, control box in the rear, start stop buttons for the main. 2 cylinders, look like electric steer. So we'll get this to the water and see what this bad boy will do. Like I say, I liked it before him, but if these things are the cat's meow, I'm telling you, he's got it. And this is a 2022, which is damn clean. Very nice. Even got good rigging tubes for hydraulic lines. I like that setup. Nice and clean, not things rubbing on the back. Yeah. All right, Boat Doctor out.